So we have so many maestro left in the stock, and we have Hozen.
Yes.
So just want to ask you that which kind, because we have this bracing.
So this is the traditional series bracing.
Yes. So which one
is that? So we have a couple of traditional bracing here.
Okay. Which one?
We have one here. That's a full mahogany one. So the mahogany top, back and side. So that is one.
This is also used
this bracing.
Traditional bracing.
Yeah. And what it gives is it's a very warm sound because it's mahogany top. So when you are strumming it, this is a strummer's guitar. So if you are really, your primary is just strumming, then this is the perfect guitar for you because this is not built for finger picking.
Even the body is the
mahogany.
OM.
Yeah.
The body OM is tend to be like a finger style. People like OM.
Yeah.
But this one you design to be the strum.
This is a strummer's guitar.
Oh.
Yeah. There are some people who not in tune. Yeah. But this is really for strumming. So if you're not picking, this is the perfect strumming guitar.
Okay, in traditional style. So what the difference in tone of the traditional and original series?
Okay, the original series, if you look at the bracing here, the idea for the original bracing, it's supposed to be more balanced. So you have less bass, more trebles, and more mids. So overall, it's more balanced. You know, there is no bass overpowering.
Okay.
So the traditional one, they will tend to focus a lot more on the fundamental and the bass. So if you want more bassy sounding, especially say if you like Martin, you know, Martin, they have this growl, you know, when you strum. So that is because of the low growl. So if you want that kind of tone, then the traditional bracing, it's more suitable for you. So there's no right and wrong. So it really, what type of music you are playing, what do you prefer?
Yeah.
And we have a good range of traditional series here. The one that you're holding right now, it is a mahogany one.
Yeah.
And then we have two rosewood here, two.
Okay.
One, it's the solid headstock one over here.
This is also the traditional series, the bracing.
So this is traditional, but this one comes, I believe, with I think it's Adirondack top. Yeah, this is an Adirondack top with Indian rosewood back and side.
Yeah.
So if you are into picking, strumming, this one, because of Adirondack, if you strum hard,
it's more headroom.
It has more headroom.
Yeah.
Yes. And a very beautiful set of Indian rosewood, mahogany neck. So that's OM, standard OM 28 style that people are very, very familiar with.
Very good price too today.
Yes.
You got a big discount.
You're the boss. Maybe you can.
Nice.
Yeah, we don't really make a lot of Adirondack tops because Adirondacks are very expensive now.
Yeah.
And the price keeps going up.
Nowadays, I saw Adirondack guitars. The price raising so high and so quick from earlier year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a good buy, I would say. We have another one here, the slotted headstock one. This is
also a traditional.
This is traditional.
This one.
This one. This is the same bracing that we see here, but this is a newer batch that I made. So this batch actually is a crossover batch between Maestro and my Hozen. So this one is actually very, very close to a Hozen red label.
So the sound of this one and that one is a different.
There will be some difference. You will be able to hear
thicker sound.
Maybe a thicker sound, maybe. But it's definitely a fuller sound.
Yeah.
You will definitely get a fuller sound from a red label. But so I would say this is a steal right now. What you have in your hand right now, this is a steal because this is a point in time whereby it's actually a red label. but the price now is a Maestro price.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a fantastic buy, I would say.
And the price is 77,000.
Yeah.
Cheap.
So this is fantastic. So if you are looking for, I would say really a steal price, I would say this one, because I'm really running out of rate labor, and it will be very slow for me right now to actually start building rate labels, because I need a certain quantity to start building this rate label. If I do not have a batch, then I cannot make, because they have to be batch make them by batches.
So that one is traditional, and this one?
This is also a rate label. This is traditional. This is a traditional, and it's also very close to this batch. These two batches are very, very close.
So that means it's worth for the
Worth
money.
for the money, yes.
Yeah, because you have the Hozen sense into this body.
Yeah. So this is mahogany, back and side, Sika top, and that is Indian rosewood back and side. And this, I believe, this one has Adirondack bracing as well. So this is.
So do you think Adirondack bracing and Sitka bracing is a big difference?
It is a big difference. There is no doubt about it, because if not, Martin will not use Adirondack bracing on their custom shop, on their authentic series, and their golden era series.
They use the Adirondack brace.
They use the Adirondack brace on these three, and look at the price. A OM28 and a golden era OM28. What's the price difference?
Yeah.
It's double.
Yeah, double or triple. In authentic series, it's triple.
It's triple, you know. Yeah. So this is a steal, because if you are looking at an authentic series, Martin, this one gives the same level or even more.
Very good price. Everyone come to buy it.
So
and then,
this one, let's see.
This one
is the original series.
Okay.
So this one, I think, is something that you will get.
If you compare to this one and traditional, you see the big difference is, as I saw right now, is
the bridge plate is bigger. Yes.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah.
So I heard so many things about long ago that Martin usually used the maple plate.
Yeah.
And then they changed to Indian rosewood bridge plate.
Yes.
And it's a big difference in terms of sound.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I do think that way. I also like maple bridge plate.
Yeah.
You know, if I want that authentic closeness, I will do a maple bridge plate. But once again, you know, these are all cut out from the back and side. So if I can get a cut out from here, then I have material to make the bridge plate.
So normally you don't put mahogany for the bridge plate.
Yes.
This is just for the sample, not exactly the same in the guitar.
No.
Okay.
This is the wood that didn't pass. You see, I cannot make into a guitar.
Okay,
so I make a top.
So normally your bridge plate, it's maple.
There are maple, there are rosewood.
Okay.
So it really depends on what kind of tonal direction I'm actually aiming for. I like both.
So you shape the tone with a different style.
Bridge plate is one, of course, but if you look at my newer guitars, they are all carbon fiber.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference, carbon fiber and the maple?
Carbon fiber is lighter, and it gives the right strength, you know, to hold the bridge pins in. So that is something which is critical. But one thing is, you get light, you get stiffness, and what I want to do overall is to reduce the weight of the top and make it more resonant. So to me, response is more than tone in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because tone actually can be shaped by the back and side.
So I heard that you sometimes that you said good guitar should be, the size should be stiff enough. So you want to change the size to be the laminated?
Yes, that one is a lot of work. So I only do it in my private collection. And
your private collection right now use the laminated?
Yeah. The private collection does have the laminate rim. Yeah, so I think we have a private collection somewhere behind there. So that is a laminated rim.
Okay.
The blue label the gold label of the Hozen range, they are laminated rim.
So the people believe that the all solid wood is good. It's not true, right?
Well, we don't use plywood, that's for sure. There is a difference between sanding a solid piece of wood to say 1 mm thick versus a plywood. You know, when they sand through a plywood, it's actually they scrape the wood into 0.5 mm thick, and they just ply it together.
Okay.
You know, that is, and a lot of times in the center of the plywood is not wood.
Okay.
It might be a sawdust, it might be something else, and when you try to flex that, you can know. You try to flex. If you go to my workshop, you try to flex my rigid rim, which is a double side. You cannot flex. You can even stand on it because it's strong enough to withstand your weight. You try standing on the laminate, you will just crack.
Okay, I see.
So that is, I would say that is the difference. If you're really making a rigid rim, you got to be really strong, not just because you are thinking of saving money.
Okay.
You see, a laminate is to save money, but a rigid rim is totally different. It costs double the effort. I have to bend 4 sides. You know, usually you make a guitar, you just bend 2 sides. Okay, easy. But a solid, you need to bend 4 sides, and then you need to use a vacuum and glue the bent sides together.
It's put more work.
It's a lot more work.
Yeah. So we're talking about this one, original series. So what is the sound or the tone of this?
So you can play. It's definitely more balanced if compared to say you play this one.
Not tuned yet.
Not tuned yet. Yeah.
So but we already made a review for the customer long ago that's on the YouTube.
You
so
can hear definitely more trebles. They are more balanced. The bass, the mids, the treble, you'll find balance in them. So basically when you're finger picking them, nothing, it's like, oh, too much bass or too much treble. Because
so let's say that the original series is good for the finger style.
Yes.
Because it's quite balanced in terms of tone.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
And of course, not forgetting the original series comes with the armrest, comes with the sound port.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is something that the traditional does
Don't
not
have.
Yeah. And yes, of course, inside the engine is different. So this is the difference in terms of the engine, the way how we voice the top, the way how we shape the bracing
and
as well.
The X brace here and here, different thickness or different height?
It will be different height. And the different way how we, like the traditional, sometimes we actually scallop.
Okay.
Yeah. So we actually will scallop some of the traditional depending on the sound that we want to achieve. But some we don't. Yeah. But Maestro has always been a very exciting journey for me as a builder. Because every batch of Maestro, I will do something different. Maybe this batch, I will taper the bracing. The next batch, I will scallop maybe only the bass side.
That's why people say that Maestro guitars improve every year, every branch.
Yeah. You see, every time I'm changing something.
Yeah, you have improved.
Yeah. So,
and this one is a private collection.
this is the private collection, yeah.
And this is a quite big difference between the original series and traditional series because I saw this thing.
This is the lattice. This is basically what I take away from my spending time with Irvin Samoji.
Yeah.
So Irvin uses this bracing style for all his instruments. Not all, okay. He is very, very innovative. There are certain guitars that he made even without X. You know, he's very innovative as a guitar maker. But this is basically eventually he falls back to this. So with this bracing design, he has constantly improved on how he voiced the top. It's the same for me. You know, you just by looking at this, you know, people are like, hey Hozen, your secret is out. Everyone can copy. I said,
No.
well, it's not.
Yeah, you cannot copy.
It's
yeah.
not possible.
Yeah.
You know, even if you make exactly the same,
Yeah.
you don't get a good sounding guitar.
There are too many factors to shape the tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just copy the bracing pattern.
Yeah.
Not just the pattern.
Every top is different, you know, and you have to adjust the height of the bracing. You have to adjust even the position of the bracing.
And the thickness of the top.
To the thickness of top.
Yeah.
You know that there is a top has a different spots. If we use a tuning fork and then you place it here and here, it has different energy vibration. So you will need to try to brace your top so that you can engage all the energy points on the top.
Actually, we have one, the private collection over there, but don't worry, we take it out later. So here we still have a different brand.
Yes.
It's the Hozen.
Yes, we have
I
the
used to tell
Hozen.
the customer all the time that the difference between Maestro and Hozen is from the COVID, blah, 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 blah. The long story, you change to become the regular model for Hozen right now. And you still keep the Maestro as the regular brand that you sell worldwide, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And what
yes.
now?
Now I would say Hozen is where I'm spending most of my time on right now.
Yeah.
I guess the main change was mainly two. One was because of this trademark issue I had with a big brand. You know, there was a big brand who claimed that they have the trademark rights of Maestro.
Oh, I see.
They came after me, sent me countless amount of lawyer letters. You know,
Oh.
it's very, very depressing time for me during that point in time. But I told them, look, I have the trademark of Maestro. I show them. I say, see, I have registered the trademark. It's under my name, and there's nothing you can do because this is mine. They say, their lawyers say, we don't care if you have registered the trademark. We will still sue you. You know, they keep sending lawyer letters. So it's a very troubling time for me. And I say, no, I'm not going to waste time to pursue this legally. You know, I like to make guitars. Why am I doing this? Because I want to make guitars. So I say, okay, maybe I just change the name. I don't make Maestro, I make Hozen. And I was talking with my master, Irvin, as well. And Irvin saying, look, Hozen, there's no need to waste time on all this thing, you know. And at that point in time, I show him my latest guitars, and he says, look, this is what I want you to do, you know, when you join the course. When you join me in 2015, this is what I'm teaching you. To make a guitar that is responsive, like what I'm hearing today. So I was very happy because it took me 7 years to fully understand what Irvin was teaching me back in 2015.
Even the 2015, you already built a guitar long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, almost 20 years.
Yeah,
You
so-
started from 19
I studied from
2000 when?
2006.
and 6.
That was the first time I started making guitars. Until 2015 was when I learned from Irvin.
Okay.
And then 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every year, I bring a guitar, I go back to Irvin, I say, look, this is my new guitar. What do you think? Every year he says, oh, you know, Hozen, you can improve here. You can maybe shape more here. No, this is not what you can do. I think you can do better. Until 2021, after COVID, the first visit I visit him, he played my instrument. He says,
You don't need to come back again.
no, he didn't say that. But he says, well done. You know, he says, I think you understand what I have been telling you all these years. So it was a very amazing time I have. I said, oh, finally, I think I've graduated from his teaching.
Yeah.
And there is time where you come across also with the trademark issue. that, yeah, maybe I just change from Maestro
to Hozen.
to Hozen.
So we have here Hozen guitars. We have 3 left. This one is the what kind of bracing?
That's
inside?
the black label. It's the same bracing as the original series. This one, yeah.
Okay.
So this one, the one that these 3 have, is the same bracing.
Original series.
Yeah, and that was a point in time. I built this in. I finished this in. I think it's the early 2023.
I think I used to play the earlier Hozen guitars while you built during COVID. And sound is different from here.
Yes.
Big difference.
Those are the blue label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in terms of sound, that Hozen with the fancy the decoration, it's the sound is tend to be Maestro,
Okay. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But when after that you build Hozen as a regular production, your guitar is jump up, and the sound is like they have different tone, different characters more than before.
Well, I would like to think so, right?
Yeah.
Because Hozen is basically how I grow as a builder. You know, final graduation piece.
Yeah.
So
As you told the story that
yeah, every year, you know, I'm always improving. I always get better. So I always trying to play around with how I should carve the bracing, how I should choose the bracing. You know, every year I'm doing something new, and I think I spent 7 years trying to understand what I'm trying to do here.
every piece has a meaning in terms of sound.
Yes.
If you change a little bit here, the sound is changed.
Yes. Yeah. Even when you, like here, let's say I carve in, how much, maybe make it a curve, it will sound different.
Oh.
Yeah. So every little thing that you do, even for here, if I'm going to taper it down, or I'm going to remain high and taper it down, it will sound different. So
What interesting.
I'm just trying to understand how does this interact with this if I shape this way? How does this change overall? You know, every height at every single point, it changes something.
And this one sounds so good, you know. It's big and it has a lot of fundamental
Yeah.
sound. And it's punchy, strong.
So
Yeah.
this is the black label. The black label, it comes with a Menzel wedge on all the body. So actually,
So you explain a little bit more for the Menzel wedge.
so the Menzel wedge is it's thicker here and thinner here. So when you're playing, this is a modified dreadnought. And when you're playing, you feel like, oh, this is not a dreadnought. You feel this is
This
like
one is thin.
yeah, it's
You
a
feel
smaller
like
guitar.
you hold the OM guitars.
Yes.
But this one is big like a dreadnought.
Yes. So it's still a dreadnought,
Yeah.
but
More comfortable.
more comfortable. Yes. So this is standard ergonomic features for all my black label, and of course, other than that, the tonal improvement that I have learned over the years when I'm making the original series. So when you are getting a black label, this is like a original series on steroids. You know, it's a
Yeah. Upgrade.
upgrade. Yes.
And we don't have the Hozen Blue label, or even you want to do.
I think you sold everything. The blue label come in and then you just sell it. you
Yeah,
know?
I think I sell one.
Yeah.
I saw one. Yeah. Okay. And that one is the same original series. This one
This is original.
series.
Yeah. No. This is black label, and this is a black label.
Okay, so
It's just that-
original bracing. sorry.
Original bracing. Yes.
Yeah, original
But this is a mahogany. That's a rosewood.
So we should take that one out to show the audience that we have last one left for the.
yes. From
private.
the private collection. Yeah.
So this is the top of the Maestro.
yes.
It's a private collection series.
Yeah.
What kind of bracing that you use?
So this bracing is
This one.
This one. Yeah.
So that's mean this kind of bracing that you call lattice bracing put into the
Highest range.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now, private collection, I use this bracing. I also use this same bracing for my gold label and my blue label. But of course, the way how I tune the top and how I adjust the stiffness is different today and compared to the time I make a maestro.
So I keep one Hozen at my house.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is lattice bracing.
One is lattice brace.
Yeah,
yes.
that's why I keep. It's amazing sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Hozen, for today. We're talking a lot,
Okay.
and we think that somebody will listening and will understand more about the Hozen guitars and Maestro guitars, and in the future, Maestro will fade out.
With time, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for today, everyone, and enjoy and come to see and play and taste the Hozen guitar
At Cin Guitars.
at Cin Guitar. Thank you.